So I'm Sally, and I'm happy to meet with you guys today to talk about order of operations. So while we do it, because we've got some light bodies and then maybe some people will watch it later, I'm going to say from time to time, you know, you can pause the video if you want to work on it. So we'll sort of play with both ways of doing that. Okay, so the idea of order of operations is rules to let us understand how to solve equations when there's more than two numbers and when there's probably more than two operations, more than one operation. So let's take a look at this. I wrote this here and I hope you can see it. Let's talk about why order of operations is important. So if you saw this equation, 5 plus 3 times 4, there are a couple ways that people might consider solving it. So the first way might be, we often do things from left to right, like we read left to right. So you would probably go 5 plus 3 is 8, and then you go times 4, and your answer would be 32. But you also might say, no, I think I'll do the multiplication first. And in that case, you'd get 3 times 4 is 12. And then you go back and add the 5 to it and you get 17. So with this equation, there are two possible answers, just depending on which direction you go first. Okay, so that's why we need order of operation, those rules, so that everybody ultimately solves it in the same way. Okay, make sense? Questions or make sense?
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
Okay. All right, so bear with me. We're going to do this page by page. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And I wrote down the rules for order of operations. So let's see if I can get that so you guys can see it. So the order of operations, the first thing that you would solve would be parentheses. Okay, if you see parentheses around two numbers or more than two numbers, you're going to solve that first. Okay, the next thing is called exponents, and that would be if you see something like 5 to the second power, so you see powers, or you see square roots. Okay, that would be the second way that you would solve it. Second thing that you would do. Now, the confusing part comes with number 3 and 4, because this says multiplication or division. And in this case, it's multiplication or division, which comes first, left to right.
Multiplication.
So if you see multiplication first, before you've seen any division, you'll do that first. But if you see division and then multiplication, you'll do the division first. Okay, so that's why it says multiplication or division, whichever would come first, going left to right. Okay? Same thing for addition or subtraction, which is the fourth operation you would solve, which would be addition or subtraction. Again, what comes first? Okay, makes sense? Lana, it looks like you're writing that down. Should I hold this a little longer?
No, that's fine.
You're good. Okay, so Pemdas is the way we remember it, okay? And P stands for parentheses. E stands for exponents. MD stands for multiplication division. AS stands for addition or subtraction. So an easy way to remember what are the order of operations is to go Pemdas, okay? Or, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So this is an easy way also to remember it. You see the P and the E, the M, the D, the A, and the S are all in red. Because if you remember that expression, the P is parentheses, excuse is exponents, my is multiplication, dear is division, A is addition, and S is subtraction. Okay? So I'll give you a minute if you wanted to write anything down. And certainly if you have any questions at any time, stop me. I have a tendency sometimes to talk fast. So if I'm talking too fast, let me know, okay?
You're all right.
All right. Tashana, you with us? Should I wait another minute?
Go ahead.
You're good? Okay. So let's start trying these out. So what I did is I made a bunch of problems. Okay. And I'm going to try to work them through while we're going. So what I often do when I have a problem is I write down Pemdas next to it or over it or something like that, just to remind me to do every step in the order that it's supposed to be. Okay? So this one, let me get my pen ready, is 27 divided by 3 minus 3. Okay, so as I look at it, I don't see any parentheses. So I'm going to cross out the P for parentheses. I'm done with that. The next one is E for exponents. I don't see any exponents, so I cross it out as I go down. The next one, I have multiplication division. And again, I put that little sort of, whoop, there it is, this to show you that it's one or the other, whatever comes first. So in this problem going left to right, the first thing I have is 27 divided by 3. So going left to right in this case seems to be working. So the way I usually do it is I do this to show what I'm working on. Okay? So I've got 27 divided by 3, and that's 9. And then I write whatever's left. So now I have 9 minus 3. Okay, I'm done. I don't see any more. I didn't see multiplication. I'm done with division. There is no addition, so I'm down to subtraction. And that's all that's left anyway. And 9 minus 3 is 6. Okay, so that one was a pretty sort of relatively easy one in the sense that there weren't very many numbers, and it sort of went in order anyway, left to right. So let's take a look at the next one that I've got ready for us. Okay, and this one's a little bit more difficult in the sense that there are more numbers. And whenever I see an exponent, that sort of throws me off. But the first thing it says is parentheses. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see, are there any parentheses? And in fact, there are. So right here, I have 11 minus 8 is a parenthesis, and 11 minus 8 is 3. Then I put in the rest of the problem, and we're back now to end of parentheses, and I have 9 to the second power divided by 3. Okay? What's happening here is the next thing should be exponents, and in fact, that is my next thing. Okay? So I'm going to come down with the exponent. 9 to the second power means 9 times 9, which is 81. Okay? Divided by 3. I have no more exponents. I don't have multiplication. My next thing is division, and 81 divided by 3. I don't know about you guys, but I can't do 81 divided by 3 in my head.
It's 27.
Ooh, who said that?
Tashana.
Shauna, you're good. Okay. 27, and 27 is the answer. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the next one. It's got more numbers in it. It's got 3 operations in it. Okay? So this time we have 56 divided by 8 plus 12 times 4. Okay?
Divided by 8 plus 12 times 4.
Okay, so no parentheses. Okay? No exponents. And here I have that multiplication or division, which comes first. So in this case, going left to right, even though I do have multiplication down here, I do have division, I'm going to go with the division because that comes first, left to right. Okay? So 56 divided by 8, 7. I'm going to write the rest of my problem there. Okay? So now I have 7 plus 12 times 4. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to go to the multiplication here because multiplication division. 12 times 4 is 48. Put in the rest of my equation. So 7 plus 48. Sorry for my crooked numbers. I don't do this so well this way. Okay, that's all that's left. So no more multiplication or division. And in fact, I have addition first. So 7 plus 48 brings us to what?
55.
55, correct. Okay, so the answer is 55.
Wait a minute. How did you get 12 times 14? Or is that 4? Oh, it was just 4.
It's 4. I'm sorry, that's a 4. Were you doing times 14? Good for you.
I'm like, wait a minute. We way off.
That would have been a good problem. That would have been a good one. Okay, so it was 4. Sorry if that looked screwy there.
Okay.
All right, any questions on why we did it in that order? That made sense?
No questions.
Okay, all right. Here's our next one, which has more numbers. Okay, so let me get it up there. Okay, so here we go. Lots more numbers, some different operations. Okay, sort of scary to me, but we're going to work it through. Okay, so first thing is parentheses. Okay, so the first parenthesis, and this is where maybe there would be some confusion, is this one right here, 18 plus 15 divided by 3. Now the problem is that what I'm doing is I'm looking at that parenthesis almost like it's its own problem. Okay, so in the past, in the other problems we did, we had something like this, where once you had a parenthesis, there was only one thing to do. But in this case, there are 2 operations, and we've got to decide what we're going to do first. So 18 plus 15 divided by 5, I'm in the parentheses, but what I have to do is I have to do this division. Okay, so 15 divided by 5 is 3, and I'm going to have 18 plus 3, parentheses, divided by 13 minus 7. Okay?
Leo.
All right. Now I still have 2 parentheses and I have a division sign. So I'm going to go back to this parenthesis right here, which is my first one. And 18 plus 3 is 21. I'm going to write the rest of the problem again. Okay, so now I have 21 divided by, this time it's a 14, Lana. 14 minus 7. And I'm still going to work with the parentheses before I go on to anything else. So here I've got 14 minus 7 is 7. I'm going to put in the rest of the problem. 21 divided by 7. Okay, and now I only have one thing left to do, which is 21 divided by 7, which gives me an answer of 3.
I guess I got kind of confused.
Okay, tell me.
Like I was doing it differently. Let me see, where is it?
Okay, tell me how you did it. Let's see if I can see it.
I see where it's like 18, where I added the 18 and the 15, and then I turn around and got
Okay.
that answer, and then was going to divide it by 5. It never dawned to me to just
So
go
you solved this one and got 21, right?
not
you-
the, what I'm saying is, like, say you see at the very first line where it says I just went on ahead and added the 18 and the 15 and then tried to divide it by 5. It never dawned on me to just do it 5 then the 15 and then bring that down and then
Right. So
like,
right. So that, Lana, is a case of once you have parentheses right here, then you treat that part like it's its own problem. Okay. So for instance, if we had that, let me try to do it this way. 18 plus 15 divided by 5, right? Okay. That was what was in the parentheses. So
Mhm.
let's look at this as if this is the only problem you're solving. Okay? If this is the only thing that you're solving, what would you do first?
Well, I mean, I get it, but I don't, because the way that you put it, like, I understand that you do multiplication, division, then addition and subtraction, but the way that you explained it in the beginning is, I guess, where I got confused. 'Cause
Okay.
if
Okay, I get
yeah,
what you're saying. So in other words, let me just hold this again. Let me find it. Okay. So if we're looking at this, you're right. So it's not going to go to a, if it's a parenthesis, you work within that parenthesis all the way through steps 2, 3, and 4. Does that
Mhm.
make better sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So in this case that we just had, we couldn't just solve, something plus something or something times something. We had to work through the order of operations within that particular parentheses.
No, what I'm saying is, like, say in the beginning when you were explaining it, right? You said, okay, well, just like you said, if it says multiplication or division or addition or subtraction, if the
Right.
subtraction is first, then you go with that first and you work it to the right. That's
Yes.
where I got confused, that where I was just always taught the exact opposite, that you do what's in brackets first, brackets,
Okay.
exponents, roots, powers, whatever, you do that, and then you go with, like I said, division, multiplication, division, multiplication first, then division, addition, and then subtraction. So I'm just saying the way you explained it is where
Okay.
I got confused.
Where you got confused. Okay. So again, remember when it's multiplication division, it's if the division comes first in the problem, you'll do that before the multiplication.
Okay.
Okay. And if addition or subtraction, if the subtraction came first in the problem, you'll do that before the addition.
Okay.
Does that clarify it better? Let's try one. You know what? Do you have, Lana, do you have a problem that you can tell us and we'll try to work on it together? Can you give me an example?
Okay, hold on. I actually have a book here, so let's see. Let me see if I can find something.
Okay.
Orders of operation. This is. Oh, okay.
Got
Order,
one?
yes.
Okay, tell me what it is. I'm going to write it down, okay?
Okay. This is kind of simple. Okay. Shoot. Let me see if I can find something just a little
You're
bit.
trying to find a harder one, huh?
Yeah, because this the one I'm seeing is like, it's not really complex. Like I'll show you. I don't know if you can see this real good. This is my son's book, so
Okay.
when he was in ninth grade, I don't know if you can.
I can see the page, but I can't actually see clearly a problem. Do you see one that looks confusing to you?
One that looks confused. Okay, this is I won't say it's confusing, but it's I think it's a good one.
Okay, go ahead. Give it to me.
Okay. Okay, it says, would this be the same, or if this is different? It says evaluating an expression. Is that like a different part?
No, evaluate an expression, solve an equation. We're talking about the same thing if we're talking order of operations. Yeah.
Okay, so in brackets is 2 plus 3 to the second power.
So 3 to the second power or the expression to the second power? Where's the little 2 go? Next to the 3 or next to the parenthesis?
Parentheses.
Over here like this?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and then plus 4 times 3.
Okay, is there parentheses there or not?
maybe I should have did that one because maybe this one is working it out. Because it's showing something, oh yeah, this is working it out.
So don't use this one?
Yeah, because that doesn't make sense. And then the other one that is showing letters instead of numbers. I'll just let you come up with something.
Taking a look at this one, Lana, do you want to try to solve this one?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to write my PEMDAS again, okay? Give me a second. Okay, so we have parentheses first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what would be the first step that you would do here? What would you solve first?
I would add what's in parentheses, and then I would write the answer, which is 5 to the second power.
Exactly, 5 to the second power plus 4 times 3,
Okay,
right?
4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12.
Okay, hold on, though. Hold on a second. Did you, in order, okay, what would you do next? If you're done with the parentheses, what would you do next?
I don't know if this is, can you see?
Okay, so you're going to solve 4 times 3?
It was 2 plus 3, which is 5, and then it was 5 to the second power is the answer. Then 4 times 3 is 12, and then I would multiply 5 to the second power, which is 25 times 12
Plus 12.
plus 12. Okay.
So you're going to get the right thing, and in this case, it doesn't matter. But looking at PEMDAS, what should you solve next?
Parentheses, exponents.
Exponents.
Exponents, right, Tashana. So next, what we should do actually is this. Okay, now it's not going to make a difference, Lana, because you're going to do this, right? Which is what you got to anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, it didn't matter. In another case, it might. I can't think of a problem offhand to say, look at the difference. But in this case, it did make a difference. Okay? I mean, it didn't make a difference in this case, but in another problem, it wouldn't. So what we want to do is make sure that we're following down in the order of operations. Okay? All right. Like I said, it won't make a difference. The way you did it, and you got 12, and then you got the 25, you still ended up with 25 plus 12, right?
Right.
Okay. So again, it didn't make a difference in this particular case. Maybe in another equation it would. Okay. And then you've obviously solved for that.
37.
37. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I got another one that's a little
That's
more.
another thing that throws me off is all of this. Like even when I was in school, you know how they just keep doing all that, bringing it down, That's
Right.
another thing that throws me off because, and I was like, okay, well, what operation? I mean, I get it, but I kind of don't. Because I'm looking at it differently.
So you're saying when I do this, that confuses you?
Yeah, like all of that. Like, so when I just look at that like that, and I'm like, oh.
Like too much stuff. Too much stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't want to do that, you don't need to do that. I guess what I'm doing there is just showing what I'm solving.
Okay.
Okay. And for me, if I don't see that, then I'm not sure where I'm at.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, another way that I suppose you could do it would be, I'm trying to think, if you like cross out what you just solved or something.
Okay.
Okay. Lana, everybody needs to find the way that works best for them. Okay. So if that is confusing to you to do, don't do it. Okay. For me though, if I don't show where I'm working, then I get confused. Okay. I'm sorry if it like throws you off. I could try to do it without it.
No, you do it your way, because because this is something, I'm just saying this is something that's always thrown me off, but
Right.
all that matters is that we get to the same answer.
Okay, yeah, and that's fine. If you can do it without that happening and that works good for you, do it the way that works for you, okay? All right. Let's take a look at, I'm trying to give you some like ones that look like there's more there, okay? Because I'm sure that you can, you can do the ones with just a few numbers. And you probably can do all of these too. Okay, so here's the next one. It's 54 divided by 3 minus 2 times 4. Okay? So tell me, since you guys are here, and I normally am doing this and there's nobody here, would you like me to wait like a couple minutes and give you an opportunity to solve it and then I'll go through it? Would that be best?
However you want to do it.
Okay.
Look.
Well, I don't want to take your thinking away from you. So, Tashana, give me a thumbs up if you want to do it on your own first.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, then I'll wait a couple minutes and you guys just let me know when you're ready to go over it, okay?
I'm done.
Okay, speed demon over there on the right, my right. Tashana, you got some kids there with you?
Yes.
Who do you have at home?
I have my oldest son, Dean, which is 5, and my youngest son, Giovanni, which is 9 months.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry, 11
God.
months.
Oh, how sweet. It's sweet for me because I'm not there with you. Okay, so what do we have? We have 54 divided by 3. Was that the first thing you guys did?
Yes.
Okay, and everybody got 18? Well, my 18 minus 2 times 4. Okay, was the next thing you did the 2 times 4? You got 18 minus 8,
Yes.
and then you ended up with 10 as your answer?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
that's what I got.
You did not get 10? Okay. Did you start with the 18, Anna?
Yeah, I started with the 18 because that's what I got when I divided,
Okay.
right? And then when I was subtracting, I got 24.
Okay, you had 18, and then what did you do next? Did you do 18 minus 2, or did you do 2 times 4?
2 times 4. 4 over here.
2 times 4 is 8. Did you get 2 times 4 is 8?
Got that down here.
Yeah, and where did you get the 6 from? Because that was 18.
I think she might have divided 18 by 3. I think she divided by 3 twice.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, that's exact. Thank you. I didn't see that. Okay, so there is why you want to try to show somehow what you're done with. Okay, so
Okay.
I do it this way. You could do it that way. Okay, instead of doing this, you could say 18 and then write the rest minus 2 times 4. And then you won't have that division anymore. And the numbers 54 and 3 will be gone.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Chris, for figuring that out. All right, let's try another one with a whole bunch of numbers, okay? All right, let me just get my thing here. Okay. All right. Again, I'll let you write it down, solve it, take a few minutes, and then tell me when you're ready for us to look at it, okay? Okay, we good? So you got an answer of
210.
210 is your answer? Okay. Tashana, did you get 210? I can't hear you. Sorry.
I have 8.
Okay, 8 is the answer that I got as well. Let's take a look at it if we can, please. Okay, we have a parenthesis over here. So 9 plus 21 is 30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there. So then we had 40 times 6. That's a 6 divided by 30. Okay? All right. Going in order then, we have no exponents.
That went wrong.
40. You did the 40 times 6.
No. I'm saying I didn't put the division sign. I put the minus sign instead of
Oh, you
division.
did a minus instead of a division sign. Okay. You know, the darn thing about math is like it's so specific, you know? It's like it's, you know, you can't mess up on one darn thing or it's going to throw everything up. But the important thing is, Lana, you did the order of operations in the correct way. So that's good. Okay, let's take a look at another one. All right, I got another one with some numbers. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this one. All right, take a look. Whoa, there it is. Okay, so a bunch of numbers.
I can't see it.
Is
Okay.
that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Two, 6, 3, 17. 17 take away 3. Fourteen times 23. 14 times 23. 22.
Is that 276?
The answer, that's not what I got.
I got 322.
322 is what I got. Okay, let's take a look and see where something happened. So 17 minus 6 divided by 2 is the first parenthesis. So I've got to do this first. Okay, and I have 17 minus 3, still in parentheses, times 12 plus 11. Okay, first parenthesis, this is going to be 14. Okay, times 12 plus 11. And tell me if you have something different at some point, okay? Then 12 plus 11. Okay, 23. Okay, and then 14 times 23 is 322, which I can do the math for if you want to see it.
Well, where are you messing up at? Because I don't know. Not my.
You got the 17 minus 3 and you got 14?
Well, I switched it up because at
Oh,
first
no, you know what? Did you do 14 minus 3?
I did.
Okay, so it's a 17. So there's where you got a mistake. When you brought it down, okay,
Mhm.
it was 17 minus 3, so the answer was 14. You were done with the 3.
Oh, well, I guess this is where I got it wrong, because I did this first, the 6 divided into 2, and
That's
then got
right.
3, and then minus this 17 became 14.
Right.
So I guess I used the 3 again.
Yeah, you did. So again, what you wanted to do is this is what you did, you should have crossed out there and seen that you were at 14. You were done with the 3.
Okay.
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 So that's what happened is that you ended up, bringing down another number that you'd already used.
Okay. So then after that, you just multiplied the 14 by 23. Okay.
Correct. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's take another one.
I don't know why I keep missing little certain steps. I do know why, but
Okay. So it's just a matter of sort of like taking your time to, to be sure you're bringing down the right numbers.
it's
And
not that. It's just sometimes certain numbers kind of transverse, like I got a HDHD in it, but I also have dyscalculia. It's like the same. It's the same thing. It's like dyslexia, but it's like
with math. Right.
yeah. I gotta, I don't know.
Yeah. They keep moving around. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's take a look at this one. Not quite as many numbers. So let's see what happens here.
Okay. So would the answer be 120? No, what's that? 21 remainder 2?
Just the 21. Shoshana, did you get 21?
No, I got 28.
Okay, let's take a look. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so let's take a look. First thing should have been 67 minus 18 with an answer of 49.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, divided by 7
Oh,
times.
that's a division. Oh. Okay, hold on.
So then you got to do the 49 divided by 7 first. 7. Whoops, that's supposed to be a time, sorry. Times 3 is 21.
Divided.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out if the 49 is divided by 21, How is
Uh-uh.
it?
Yeah, but you have to go left to right. And remember, multiplication or division, whichever comes first. So in this case,
Hold on, I'm a little confused on this one.
pardon me?
I'm a little confused on this one.
Okay, let me, let's go through it. So this step was okay for you, right, everybody?
Right, that's 49.
The rest of the equation now is divided by 7 times 3, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to rewrite that right here. Hold on a second. So it'll be a little bit clearer. Divided by 7 times 3. Okay, now, if that's the whole equation that you see, which is what all we have left now, right?
Okay.
Okay,
49.
what would you do first? The
7
division
times
or the multiplication?
This is working from left to right to division.
Oh.
Okay, remember, left to right, whatever comes first. So that would mean this gets done first.
So that would be 7 times 3, which would be 21.
Yeah, which would be 7 times 3, which would be 21. Right.
I
Okay.
got it. I was
Makes
doing
sense?
it the other way. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, 21 and the 49. Like, okay,
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. And that's why the order of operations is so important, because it, you might go
Okay.
multiplication first. Okay, let's try another one. Okay. Get it up here. Okay. All right, here we go. Whoops, there it is.
9 divided by 3 plus 4 times 6.
All right.
Um, plus 3 plus 4 times 6. Oops. 16 plus 3, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. Oh. So,
so I had 2 different answers depending on how
Oh, you did it.
I got. I either have 51, I either have 51 or I have 148.
Okay, no,
oh,
now,
that's way up for what I get.
what'd you get, Tashana?
27.
Okay, let's take a look. 27 is what I got also. Okay, so Lana, what's the first thing you did here?
I must have multiplied because 3 and 9 is 27. Woo. So that should have been 3 into 9. That should have been
Yep.
3.
Right, and then it would be 3 plus 4 times 6. What would be the next thing that you would do, Lana?
Oh, I would add 3 plus 4 is 7 times 6 is 42.
But take a look. Multiplication and division come before addition and subtraction. So I have to see, do I have any multiplication or division? I do. And I have to do that before the
24.
division. That's 24. And now I have 3 plus 24.
Okay.
Okay.
But see, I guess this is what's still throwing me off, because still, even though I understand the order of operations, you still said no matter what order it's in, we're going from left to right. So whatever is on the left first, you do that first. So this kind of contradicts that.
Okay. You do parentheses first. Okay.
Right.
Then you do exponents next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you look for multiplication or division. That's your third step. Okay. All of this is left to right. You're correct. But you don't start left to right at addition and subtraction. You always start left to right, parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication or division, and then fourth, addition or subtraction. So yes, you go left to right, but only in this order. All the parentheses, left to right. All the exponents, left to right. All of the multiplication or division, left to right. And again, whatever comes first, multiplication or division. And then addition and subtraction.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the difference. Yes, you always go left to right, but you have to do it in this order.
Okay. It's
Okay.
like I'm understanding, it's just not registering, but I just have to practice more, that's all.
Yeah, that's all it takes is more going through it. And then it'll start, starting being more second nature. Let's take a look at this next one. I've got a couple more for us to look at before our time is up. And just to put in a plug, I do teletutoring on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock, I think it is. Okay. So if anybody wants to call in on my number, that's Sally Wachter. We can do more order of operations. But go ahead here, take a look at this one.
Okay. This is probably better for me because I'm more of a visual than an audio.
I know it's hard when you can't see it. I agree, which is why I'm really excited about Seeds doing video tutoring.
Mhm.
That'll be really good. And then you can work one-on-one and see it.
Is that 7x times 8?
Yep, 7 times 8 minus 4.
7 times 8. Okay.
Divided by 6 minus 2.
I was going to ask the same question with that period being there. I wasn't sure if that was
Yeah,
like.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I see it now. My pen must have put a dot down there. Yeah, ignore that little dot there. Yep, sorry. 7 times 8 minus 4.
Ooh, I know I messed up already.
If you're confused, Lana, stop there and we can go over it from that point.
Okay.
So let's stop when you get confused, and then we can take a look at it there.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to take a look at what you did so far, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so what's the first thing that you did?
Multiplied 7 times 8, which is 56.
Okay, so let me write this down. So 56 minus 4, we're still in parentheses, divided by 6 minus 2. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So then.
Yep. What would be the next thing?
So then I would subtract 56 from 4, which would bring it to 52.
Good.
I can keep that in parentheses, I guess. And then the other one would be 4. 6
okay,
take
so
away.
52 divided by 4, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what do you get as an answer?
I don't have one because I know I'm going to have a remainder.
Why
And
do you,
every time,
why do you think you've got a remainder? Which you could have a remainder. That wouldn't be a problem, but do the division and see what you actually get. And having a remainder is not a problem. That would be fine if that was the correct answer. Tashana, did this work for you?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's give Lana a chance to find out what her answer is, and we'll see if we all agree. Jana, why are your kids so quiet? I can't hear them.
lost soul right now. Numbers is just not my thing. I'm good with English, but numbers is like a foreign language.
Okay, so what was your final answer?
It's not four. I know I would have to bring something else down because that's 48 instead of 52. So,
Okay, so we got 4 into 52, right?
mhm.
4 goes into 5 one time. 5 minus 4, 1 goes down the 2. 4 into 12. 15.
We got to it differently because you see, I put this in 6 and 4 is 24, so I figure 4 and 12 is 48. No,
So 4 goes into 5 one time, correct? One time
I
4. Then
didn't
you,
do it by a single digit because I don't understand it that way. I did it by the bigger number because I'm just saying I know that 4 goes into 52, or 4 goes into 24 6 times, so I just figured why not double that? That's why I put 12 up here and came up with like 48 down here. I subtracted that and this is 4, but I know this is not right.
right, so yeah, it's not. If you could have thought to yourself, I know, let me see if I can do this. You could have said, I know that 4 times 12 is 48. Okay? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would say, how far is 48 from 52?
4.
4. How many 4s go into 4? 1.
One.
So then you would have 12 plus 1 equals 13. If you wanted to do it by thinking about the number 52, you could do that.
I'm just saying the way you rationalize it, it just, I don't know, it's just not clicking for me. It's like I'm not reasoning it the way that you're reasoning. So this is
Okay, so I guess the thing is, Lana, that the best way to do division when it's a large number is to go step by step. Unless you can do it with some kind of thinking that shows you, like you know that 4 times 12 is 48. What do I have left over? I have 1 4 left over. So instead of having 12 4s in 52, I have 12 4s and 1 more. So 12 4s and 1 more 4 is 13 4s.
okay.
Okay, I mean, that's, to me, that's a difficult way to think of it, but I can see how you can get there, and it's fine if that's how your thinking goes. I mean, that's fine. That's terrific to be able to think into those bigger numbers. You just have to realize what you have left over. What does that 4 mean that you have left over between 48 and 52? Because that's the difference. We were going into 52.
So in this case, it's just the whole number to add until the actual answer.
Well, the whole answer would be, if you did it this way, okay, then that would be 12, right? Because we know 4 12s are 48. we really want to get to 52. The difference between 48 and 52 is 4.
So
Okay.
it's just another group to add to the existing group to make that 13. I guess that's what I was saying.
Yes, that's exactly right. But you have to be careful that you're not thinking you're adding 4 to the 12. That 4 represents one more group of 4.
Okay.
Okay, so these are 12 fours, one more 4. Okay.
I know, just like if it was like 5, you know how you do 4 lines and you mark across to make it 5.
Right,
And then you
right.
do another.
Right, exactly. So you have 4, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. That is a way of thinking of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, do we have, oops, I think we're out of time. Oh, sorry. Sorry, we're out of time. I think we can't, Chris, you
It's
there?
up to you. If you want to do like one last problem, we can go a couple minutes over. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, do you want to do another one? Or have you had your
Sure.
order of operations? Okay, I actually have 2 left. I'm happy to do 2 more with you guys, but it's up to you. So here's one more. Okay, so here's the next one I have. 2 times 11 minus 12 divided by 2.
$16.
16, are we all agreed? Shoshana, you got
Agree.
Yes! Okay, I have one last one to mess with your minds, okay? All right, I threw this one in just for giggles, if you guys want to do. It's a little screwy looking. Okay, whoops, let me get it so you can see it.
Does that say 44 times 5?
It says 44 times 5, and then what I did is I threw in a double parenthesis, just for the fun of it. Because you could see this.
3 times 3 plus 7 plus 4.
Right.
Okay.
You want to try to give it a go on your own?
7, 8, 9, 10. 4 times 5. 2, 20. 2, okay, I do it like that. 2, 2, 5, 2, 4, 4, 20, 23, yes. Oh,
Okay, I'm stumped now. I'm really stumped.
Okay, so I think that you have 21 going into 220, right? So we got to figure out how you got that 21. Okay.
9 plus 12 is 21.
7 plus 4 is not 12.
Huh?
7 plus 4 is how much?
Hold it. 7 plus 4. Oh, up there.
Yep, 7 plus 4 is how much?
7. With that. The way I wrote 12, that's what happened.
So how much is 9 plus
I
4?
miscalculated. I wrote 12. I don't even know why.
Okay. So what we should have here is 9 plus 7.
But part, I think I wrote the 7 plus 4. The way I got 12. I don't know.
Okay. So do you see, you see that 7 plus 4 should be 11?
Yeah.
So you would have 9 plus 11 is 20. And I think you, and Tashana, do you agree with this, that 44 times 5 is 220?
Yes.
So you're 220 divided by 20.
Okay.
Okay, it's instead of the 21. And do you agree with that, Tashana?
220 divided by. You said 220 divided by who?
By 20. You got the
Okay.
9 plus 11 is 20.
So it should be
Okay.
This is my final answer.
This is my final answer. Yes! Fabulous. Fabulous. Tashana, did you also get 11?
No.
What did you end up with?
I ended up with 35.4, but I'm gonna tell you how I got it.
Okay.
Cause those is that 3 times 3, right? Which
Yep.
is 9,
Uh-huh.
and then 7 plus is 11,
Yep.
and then 220 divided by. See, I didn't add the 9 and 11 together at first. I didn't. I went
Okay.
straight to the division problem because of division coming before addition.
Right. But the problem was that we had a double parenthesis here.
9 plus 11.
Right. So we did the parenthesis 3 times 3 is 9. And then parenthesis 7 plus 4 is 11. But we still had right here another parenthesis. So
Oh, I didn't see that extra parenthesis. Okay.
sorry. So that's why it would be 20. You have to add
Okay.
that first. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
And
Extra
then
parenthesis.
yeah, I gave you an extra parenthesis.
Okay. So 220 plus 20
Divided by 20. Here's your division.
divided by 20.
Yeah.
All right, 11.
Yep. Good job. Good job. You guys did great. You guys did great. I'm not sure that I helped you that much. I hope I did. But that's the order of operations, guys. Pemdas, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's what it's
Thank
all
you.
about. Thanks for joining, guys. Bye-bye.